You start with a chain 2 and single crochet in the second chain from your hook. This is your working loop, so we'll count back 1 and 2. Insert your crochet hook in the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. That's 1 single crochet. We're going to do a total of 8 single crochets in this chain. We're going to be working in a spiral, so you don't want to join your round. This is what your work should look like at the end of round 1. Round 2, we're going to work 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So we'll work 1 stitch and 2 in the same stitch, and then do that for each stitch around. This is what your work should look like at the end of round 2, and you should now have 16 stitches. Round 3 begins with 2 single crochets in the first stitch and 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And you want to repeat that all the way around. 2 stitches in the next stitch and 1 stitch in the next stitch. And this is what your work should look like at the end of round 3. You should have 24 single crochets. Round 4 begins with 2 single crochets in 1 stitch and then 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. And you want to repeat this all the way around. 2 stitches in the next stitch, then 1 stitch in each of the next 2 stitches. And we'll repeat that all the way around. This is what your work should look like at the end of round 4. You should have 32 single crochets. Round 5 begins with 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, then 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. Our repeat for this round is 2 single crochets in the next stitch and 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. And you want to repeat this all the way around. And this is what your work should look like at the end of round 5. You should have 40 single crochets. We are done for the belly. So you'll just want to slip stitch in the next stitch and fasten off. If you are making the head though, you want to work 6 rounds additional in single crochet with no more increasing. So 1 single crochet in each stitch around for rounds 6 through 11, and then at the end of the last stitch of the last round, you'll slip stitch to the next stitch and fasten off. To make the tentacles, we start with a popcorn stitch. We're going to start with a chain 3 and then 4 double crochets in the 3rd chain from your hook. Don't count the working loop, so we'll count back 1, 2, 3, yarn over your hook, insert your hook in the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. Let's do that 3 more times. Then we'll extend the loop on our hook, remove the crochet hook, insert the hook into the top chain of that first chain 3, and then back into your working loop, tighten it up a little bit, and then pull that working loop through the chain and pull to tighten, and you've now created that popcorn stitch, which is like having a bobble. Then we're going to chain 65, let's just pretend I have 65 here, and then we'll do the popcorn again. Chain 3, double crochet in the 3rd chain from your hook 4 times, remove your hook, insert your hook in the top chain of that first chain 3, back into the working loop, pull the working loop through, and we've now got a bobble on each side of our tentacle. So cute. You can fasten off here. As you can see here, I made the head, the belly, and 12 tentacles. When you're ready to assemble, I find it easiest to sew the tentacles to the belly first before attaching the belly and the head together. When assembling the head and the belly, you can either sew them together or you can slip stitch crochet them together. Either way works. What I like to do though is to start joining it first so that you only have a small hole to fill with your polyfil. And you can also layer in the catnip if you want to, or you can leave that part out. Here's your new jellyfish. What do you think? There's lots of catnip in there. Is it cutie? It smells good. Oh boy. Don't knock it on the floor.